G'day guys and welcome back to the JFBS SuperCoach channel. And today we're going to go through the best defenders 300k and less in today's video. So I'll be doing defenders, this first one, midfielders, rucks, forwards, and that's it. I was going to say flex, but the flex is anyone. So we're just going to have a topic of conversation with the guys that we could go most owned, but I'm just going to go from most expensive to not. Guys that I think, just based off the top of my head, who I think will be okay for this season. So let's have a look at some of these 300k defenders. So actually, move my recorder thing, not that you see it. Fonte, I'm going to say no. Buse, no. Hardiman, no. Okay, did not mean to click on him. Hardiman, no. Blackiston, Carroll, Luke Trainer. I've seen a couple of people go get Caleb Windsor. I reckon he's probably got that midfield role. That Melbourne's defence is pretty secure in the sense of what they want to do. He'll be playing on the wing, I believe. So we'll see how Windsor's going. I want to go to the Melbourne pre-season game and just see how that team lines up in person, where everyone's at, which would be nice. Trainer, probably not. Taru's interesting. Only played the 10 games last year, but I think he could, potentially do better next season. But to be fair, they did bring in some bigger bodies into that defence group there. Is there anyone else at the moment? Brandon Starcevic. I haven't seen many people talk about Starcevic that much. Obviously for, the right reason of, he's not the guy you typically go for. But if you look at that, the back line for the Eagles, which is going to ruin my filter thing. So he could go... No, I'm joking. I'm kidding. I won't do it. But what I'm trying to say is that Eagles defenders, there's going to be not many there. Do you want stuff? We'll just do it from here. West Coast. Here it is. Marek has been playing a bit of wing kind of back end of the year, so that's why it was really good early on. But we can actually have a look at that. Sorry, I'm on Miles Bergman. We have it Ryan Marek. If it wants to load. My internet has been horrible today, so mind you, things might come up a bit slower. So, yeah, look, kick-ins. So these are the games at kick-ins. I think it was around round 12, yeah, where he started playing more in the midfield, and he was averaging a 72 SuperCoach. But the other ones, he went back to a 94 playing down back. So it would be interesting to see where they kind of want to play him in that sense. But yeah, as far as I'm concerned, he could be playing midfield, like the wing role, or higher up on the ground. And you've got Duggan, you've got Cole, you've got Jinby. And I know Starcevic is the other guy who's kind of that lockdown defender. You've got Tyler Young, who's going to be the other crash the pack guy. I forgot that Jeremy McGovern retired. So, yeah, I feel like they kind of want Marek down back, and that's why they brought in Tyler Young. But what does that mean for Starcevic? Maybe he's that lockdown role. He's the big... he's a guy that talks the most down back. So, look, we'll see what we want to do, what they will do with him there. We'll just fix that there, and not Eagles players. We'll add him in there anyways. So I originally had him in like a full team, but yeah. Josh Sin, every year, like we go, oh well, this guy could have a year. I was looking at him this time last year, like 214k. Dan Houston's gone. Could his averages go up a bit more? I'm just going to say we're going to steer clear from Josh Sin at the moment. No one else that's really popping. Campbell Gray's apparently doing well in pre-season, so we might see. But I feel like at 240k, it's not worth it. Oisin Mullen. We've got Toby Travalia. It was him and Taru that were the interesting ones. I'll get Taru. Where did I say him? It'll be interesting to see. I think it was Travalia that I'm thinking of that he, who plays more Travalia with the mid role, but it'll be interesting to see what St Kilda does with that defence, like I said before. Canadian Coleman. So I think this is the one that everyone's got. I mean, I don't need to go into explanation of you know, why I think you should have him or why not. I'm going to keep a very close eye during preseason when it comes to down back and how they're going to fit Coleman, because I think Fagan wants to try and play Coleman as the centre half back, or not centre half back, but the half back role where he goes and uses his great right foot that he has. So it'll be interesting to see how he does it, because if we look at Brisbane as well, I'm going to be doing this a lot. If we go to Brisbane, defenders, are they not here? No, they're there. Like, you've got Zorko. I'm going to say, this is my prediction. I think this is his last year. Especially if they win the premiership, going out on being a 3-time premiership player at the back end of your career would be nice. Fletcher, I think they want to experiment with him, and Wilmot as well. You've got Ainsworth who's trying to get back in. So it's going to be interesting with Zorko, Fletcher, and Wilmot, and how they're going to use all three of them, and then Coleman coming into the side. I think Fletcher, in my opinion, I don't know who plays wing, but wing could be an interesting option for him. We've seen guys like Errol Goulden, who's averaging like 110. That's in one season, I think. Could see the jump with Fletcher as well. Let's scroll all the way down to 300k. But Coleman, I think at first I was like, oh, yeah, let's get him. And then I was reading Big Footy, so just, fan forums of how they feel about him. And I don't know, just came across as like, oh, he could be a trap, honestly. But I think they've got more of a problem about who's going to replace Starcevic as their lockdown defender there. So we'll see. Bustlinger, I had him originally, but I don't know how he goes at the moment. Charlie Ballard did his knee in the first game, I believe. 207's not too bad. I don't know who's defense for Gold Coast at the moment. Oh, it's Sam Collins, obviously. But and Mac Andrews. So those are the main guys. Could it be Ballard that kind of goes into the mix? I don't know. We'll have to definitely have a look when the time comes for Ballard. Zeke Euland is a guy that I think a lot of people have got. I've got him in my team. We'll see how he goes. I think he'll do okay. I think they're playing him on the wing. So, look, I think he's going to make money regardless, even if it's good or bad. I think he'll be at least a 300k player. And that's okay to sell. It's okay to sell a bit like medium. I think his end price will probably be around 350, like 360. And then we'll see like how, like when people want to get rid of him. Same with like Harry Dean. I would rather go Ezekiel and over Dean if we're going with rookies. Well, there's a couple other guys I'd rather go in over Harry Dean, just because I think he won't be a big points accumulator, because that's what you need in SuperCoach at the end of the day. Tom Duday. So a lot of people, when I was saying before, sorry, I'll start that over. What I was saying before about Brisbane's biggest problem is down and back is they've got a good problem. It's a good problem to have a lot of half-backers and in a sense, because you've got so many options to choose from, and maybe you can experiment with that during the year. But their biggest problem at the moment, like I said, is to replace Starcevic, and it seems like Tom Duday is the one guy that can replace him. He played one game last year. Let me have a look at him. Tom Duday. When did he play last year? Will be interesting to see. Sorry if this is loading bad. Round 22 against Sydney, had 8 kicks, 2 handballs, 50 SuperCoach score. Is that the heat map? Oh, it is the heat map. Oh, that's cool as. Wow. Shout out to DFS Australia. They're the best. 10 disposals at a 50. If we are going off by averaging, if you're averaging 50, you're at 270k. So he's making 80k. And I reckon he could do better as well. So we could see him at 300k potentially at a 57. But look, time will tell on how he'll go. It would be interesting to see if people do select him. We'll see how it goes. Dylan Patterson, I've seen a lot of people go for as well. It'll be interesting. Like I'm going to say this a lot. It's going to be interesting where Gold Coast play players, or just where players are playing in general. So that's why it's going to be important to look at preseason, especially for a Gold Coast standpoint when it comes to their rookies with Patterson and Newland. Be very got to keep a close watch on them because he's only 9% owned, which is kind of surprising. I thought a few more people would go for him, but that's okay. Cooper Simpson played a bit last. Only played 3 games. Did he get injured? He must have. Liam O'Connell. He was a guy that got knocked out by Lynch. A lot of people, 40% of the community have got Sam Grill. So, is he a good option? I think he is. This is from a Richmond standpoint. I've seen a lot of different ideas. So when it comes to our half-back roles, we've got Sam Banks, who's kind of just locked in that role at the moment. But then we've had Jaden Short for years. And then, Tom Brown was a little bit of it before Sam Banks went down back. And now Grill's kind of emerged. And I saw Tiger Cast guy, I forgot his name, horrible of me, but I watched him quite a bit just on my Instagram feed. And he was saying that Tom Brown's boot should really be utilised a bit more. Whereas I do agree, but at the same time, I really liked him as a lockdown defender personally. Where was he? That's not how you spell Brown. 346k, average is 64. And I don't think, it was probably the first part of the season where he was, what's it called? The first half of the season where he was probably averaging a bit more. But look, hard to tell. I really like Grill, and I would say out of all of our rookies, him and Cumming are the most likely to play. Oh no, Rechko's the most likely to play because Tandem's gone, and it's opened up that wing spot, and he's a super fit, talented athlete. So, yeah. Once again, I'm going to be saying this again. Very interesting to see how Richmond are going to use Grill, especially in the preseason as well. Zane Dersma. There's 7% that have got Zane Dersma. Oh, guys, do not pick him. Do not pick him. I've heard a lot of things. He sounds like a bit of a complainer as well. Don't pick Zane Dersma. Ewan Leake. I've heard some good things about Bond. I was doing my thing where I was going to do team deep analysis and see all the news and stuff. I'll probably do that, but that's going to be around February before all the games, all the preseason games. So it'll be interesting to see how I go with that one. I'm saying interesting. It's probably going to the most. It's going to be a world record for that. But I'd like to see how they use Hugh Bond because they've talked quite a bit about him so far in the preseason. How he's tracking on well. So we'll have a look at that later on. Jacob Farrow, a lot of people going with him. I think he is I want to see how tall he is because I thought he was a lockdown defender. 189 centimeters. Yes, he could be. He's a very middle pack, middle of the pack kind of player. He's not a coming off halfback, but he's not an intercepting guy playing on your tallest defender. So probably like a Tom Brown, I guess, kind of build, just minus a couple kgs. Don't know how they're going to use him. Be interesting to see. I wouldn't go Xavier Taylor. I don't actually see him playing round one personally. You've still got Stephen May and you've still got Jaden Jake Lever at Melbourne. I know maybe next season, if his prices isn't going up by much, uh, we'll have a look then. Tom McDonald and then Disco Turner's also been playing as their key defending roles. And they've brought in Jath, who's going to be coming off half back, would be nice with Bowie and Salem as well. So they've got a really interesting mix there at Melbourne. And I actually don't mind it. Like, for where they're positioned at the moment, it's not the worst idea. And I don't think Xavier Taylor fits in that area just yet, just in my opinion. And unfortunately, 10% of people have got him. So, yeah. Next, we can talk about Bo Allen. A lot of people go with Bo Allen. Only played 6 games. I feel like he could definitely make money off, like, really outdo his price. And he would be a pod play for rookies wise. Might be averaging more than maybe some of the rookies down in defence, but, yeah, look, I'm not sure. We've got Manise Wakefield. So he didn't play at all last year, tearing his ACL, which was super disappointing. But now he's fully healthy. He's back at training. Look, I don't know what they're going to do, Melbourne, with that defence, but I've got a mate. He's very high on Manise Wakefield. He's like, we'll play him down back, but they've got quite a few players around that position, so they need to either play him a bit more midfield or forward, or someone else move to make space for him on the team. But yeah, will be only 2% have got him, which is interesting. Harry Kyle, the other defender for Sydney, he's a rookie, I'm pretty sure. But there is a guy that I think is better, which is Jai Sarong, which we'll get in a tick. They've got not many key defenders. Like, who's their main key defender? Like, off halfback. Oh, Tom McCartan. Cunningham plays that lockdown role, and you've got Rampy as well, who plays the key position guy. Bice has been playing a bit. Melican as well. It's be interesting to see where Harry Kyle fits into that little mix of defenders. Yeah, I don't really know much about the kid. I actually can't wait for pre-season. I can watch all the games and have a good understanding of a few of these players. Oscar Taylor's a rookie as well. We'll see. Going to be similar with Harry Kyle because they've got a pretty nice defence down at GWS. But Josh Gibcus, another Richmond defender. He's been playing really well pre-season, apparently. So I really want to try. I've got him I don't have him in my current team, but I want to find a way. But there's honestly way too many options of defence that I kind of might push one of my primos because I think I've got 4, maybe even a 5th guy in my current team that would be on my team the whole season. So maybe I need to push one of them to put Gibcus in or another rookie in, but we'll see how we go. Anyone else? Josh Lindsay, a lot of people have him. I've got him. I think he'll be perfect. He's got a beautiful left foot if you watch his highlights. So I think that they'll use him down half back. But with all these rookies, they're probably subject to change around just to see who plays round 1. And pre-season. Who's playing well in pre-season? Who are we going to choose? But yeah, so anyone else before we wrap it up here? Well, there is Sarong, which I will talk about in a tick. Here we go. Oh, and there's another guy. Jai Sarong came from Hawthorn to Sydney. He won back-to-back BNFs for the VFL team. I reckon he could waltz into that seniors team by the sounds of it. So Jai Sarong is a good option there. Any last-minute ones? I know there's one more. I've seen a lot of people have Lachlan Carmichael. I need to have a look at him. Pick 21. Was it this year? Pick 21, 2025 draft. So last year. What? No way. Oh. Yeah, this is it. Rookie Me Central. That's what I want to look at. I didn't know he was a rookie. I thought they just it was like a weird one that they were getting. But he's listed as a defender. Is there like fantasy? Okay, I can't look at it. Oh no, this is the wrong guy I want to look at. Okay, this is pissing me off. I'm trying to like. Okay, this will work. This will do for now. So we averaged 24.8 disposals, 5 marks, 95 fantasy, which is interesting. Nothing in particular that he's an elite. He's at lead at, or his strengths are kicking, rebounding. That's nice to see. 184. So he's probably a halfback guy. He could be taking Jason Johannesson. Is it? Yeah, Jason Johannesson's place as that halfback role. He could slide right into that Bulldogs defense. So be interesting to see there. But yeah, I think that's going to do it for me. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed that. Let me know if I missed anyone in particular that might be decent. I'm going to be doing midfield, ruck, midfield. Oh, excuse me, midfields. Maybe not ruck, but definitely forwards as well. Plenty of options down back as well. I think I have one, two, three, four guys. I know he's. Oh, excuse me. He's in my midfield, but I want to. But I'll count him as down back, and I really. Oh, excuse me, and Carmichael as well. I think I've got him listed in the midfield. But I want to try and fit Gibbs in there somehow because I reckon he'll really do well. And hopefully there are no more injuries because that's really pissed me off. But yeah, that's going to do it for me. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Let me know, like I said, if I missed anyone. Hopefully you have a good rest of the preseason. I can't wait for the games to come through and we can watch them. I really want to see the Richmond game in person. After David King's response or his analysis saying that they've got so many Ferraris at Tigerland. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. Hope you guys have a good one, and I'll see you guys next time. Cheers.